Hey, it's no hesitation. I wanted to make this quick video talking about something that will be the most important thing in your entire life. And it might sound the most simplest thing, but very few people actually do it, especially me. I'm gonna tell you, this is the most important thing that will literally change your life. And it is this. The way you win in life, the way you master your manifestations, everything that you desire, is absolutely embody that character. Now, this is the thing. A lot of people be hearing this multiple times. You should embody. You should embody. You have to act as if. You have to walk. You have to talk. You have to speak like him. But a lot of people do not understand how great of an impact that truly does. This is the thing, and I made it a great example, like my spending habits. I still have a pretty shitty spending habit in a sense when buying stuff. Now, I don't buy soda anymore. I just buy junk food because I literally completely cut off sodas in general. But one of the things that I used to do, like literally spend 2-3 cans of Pepsi or Coke plus a bag of chips a day. And I will tell you, bro, by the end of the weekend, when I looked at my paycheck, that shit was ass. That shit was terrible. I would spend at least $200-$300. It was fucking bad. And like in 2 weeks on just shit that I could be using and investing on my business. And that was the worst thing. But the thing is, I realized how great of an impact those small things did for me. Even though I looked at it as like, oh, okay, it's, the soda can is $1.30. That shit eventually added up. And this is where it goes back to everything that you do in this spiritual world, you visualizing, you doing affirmations, you meditating and embodying, which is the most important thing, but you doing all these things add up eventually. It might seem the most simplest shit. Maybe you're doing, your meditation and visualization, but you're not doing your affirmations. Maybe the thing is, you have to use all the tools as much as you can. And a lot of people were like, well, you don't have to do this, But this is the thing. If you truly desire to have the reality you want, and you want it as soon as possible, as quick as possible. Now, this is not no fairy tale. This is not something that just magically, you start doing all these things and you magically just start getting it. Like in fucking 2 days, and you're a completely different person. No. It's none of that whatsoever. But I'm gonna tell you this. That shit will completely change your life. And one of the things that have completely changed my life is embodying as that character. Now, I do visualization. I do as much as I can. I do meditation. Very few with affirmations. But I do affirmations. I mean, I listen to audio affirmations first thing that I wake up. So I do affirmations, you could say. But this is the thing, right? Embodying as this character, it might sound simple and easy. You might have heard this before, but I bet you haven't tried to do it. And if you did, if you say, well, I have... No, you haven't, because you would have been already in your true reality. You wouldn't have been looking at videos about embodying as this character. You feel me? Like, you wouldn't be having these types of issues. But you do. You feel like there's something missing inside of you. And I had that before. I had certain things that were missing inside of me, certain things, certain ingredients that I didn't realize that I needed in my recipe for that, like, let's say for that example, for that cake to be really good. I didn't have those ingredients that I needed for that new version of myself that I truly desire to be. And that was, and the most importantly, embodying as that character. Now, this is the thing. It's an inner work that you have to do. It's something that, I've gave it a good example. It's like raising your temperature. Your inner world, you're raising your temperature. Now, this is the thing. When you are raising your temperature, and this is when you're basically embodying as that character, and you're doing everything else that you're supposed to be doing, what happens is, let's say it's the cold, your temperature's really cold, and you have these animals that were living in that type of environment in a cold weather. Certain things weren't growing, the fruits weren't growing in the winter. None of that was actually happening. But guess what? Once you started raising your vibration, once you started raising that temperature, everything else starts to go away. The animals that live in that cold start walking away because that doesn't match their type of environment. And the new animals start to come in. That temperature that you raised so high, you're able to grow certain fruits, certain vegetables. And it really depends on how high your inner world is. How high you've embodied this new character is how you start to see how the world starts to change. When you start to change your whole entire environment, everything else will come. The fruits, the nutritions, all of that represents you as a character. The way you walk, the way you speak, the way you do certain things for yourself, the way you conduct, the way you take actions. The animals represents the people around you. The friends that you have right now that might judge you, might criticize you for wanting to be better. People that just truly don't understand the vision or the goals that you have within yourself. You know, all those things will eventually go away. You want to know who your true friends are? You want to know how this life really is? You'll truly see it as soon as you start to work in your inner world. You know, there was a good explanation about an eagle. And, you know, there's sometimes these birds that will start pecking on the eagle's head. And what the eagle does is he goes all the way up to the sky. He doesn't start to criticize what's going on. He doesn't, you know, he's not even reacting to the bird that's pecking on his head. I mean, it's to the point where it's pecking so bad that he's actually bleeding. But you see, the eagle understands that reacting, that fighting it, isn't going to change. You know what he does? He goes up. Just the same way as you raise your vibration, he goes up. And the higher he goes, he knows that that bird can't handle a certain type of attitude, or, you know, how do you say it? Fuck, I can't even explain it. Yeah. A certain height. And what happens is the bird suffocates because you can't grasp that air, and that bird falls. That is the same thing. All your bad habits, all your friends or people that are there that are affecting your life, things that are fucking you over, those things will naturally fall. But it takes upon you, it takes your dedication, that motive to decide, you know what? I'm going to start raising myself. You know what? Let me take these 2 days and really analyze where I'm at. Let me take the responsibility that I got here for a reason. Like, I put myself in this type of position. But you know what? I'm gonna put myself in a better position now. I'm gonna align myself into that newer version. Take responsibility for where you're at right now. And truly, if you're watching this video all the way through, this is a sign. This is a sign for you to finally take action towards those goals that you have, towards those visions. How do you do it? How do you start taking those next steps? Embody that character. I'm telling you, bro. If it's one thing I could tell you, the most simplest thing is embody, walk, talk, speak like it, do things like it. I'm telling you, when you start to analyze yourself and you start to analyze yourself as this new character, and you're doing everything else, you're adding everything else on top of what you're doing, which is your visualizations, like I said, those add-ons, those things stack up. And the more you keep stacking that shit up, the bigger it gets. The more delusional you get, the more belief you have. And belief is the key of success. Belief is where you go places, where doors open. Because I could say right now, you know, I believe this. But if I have that scarcity mindset, I'm not going to go nowhere. I'm going to be stuck in the middle. It's like two people pulling on you at the same time. You're not going to go nowhere. You know, I keep saying this over and over again many times in my videos, but I'm telling you, man, it is one of the most important things. It's what's been changing me. It's what's making me better. Even though there's moments that things don't go well, because like I said, it's not no fucking fairy tale. It's not gonna just naturally, you're just going to change completely and you're a completely different person. But I'm gonna tell you this, it is one of the most amazing things, and the best thing I could have done for myself is constantly embodying, constantly acting as if. That's what has been helping me and changing me into becoming a better person. Certain things that I've never took action to, I started taking action towards to. Never in my fucking life I would start actually doing little things, like small things that I've never done before. Like, for instance, now I'm drinking water. Now, a lot of people might sound, well, that's fucking crazy. Why are you so surprised about drinking water? It goes back to what I'm saying. Those small things eventually add up. It first starts from me drinking water. Then I naturally start getting much more healthier because I keep telling myself I'm healthy. I keep telling myself that I'm this person. And I will naturally start taking actions to being better at that. The same thing with wealth. The same thing of working hard towards my business and doing things. Those things will naturally add up to the point where it's like a snowball effect. You know, where you're pushing it up the hill, and eventually when it starts to roll down, that ball creates bigger and bigger. You will start seeing how your manifestations, your goals, the things that you've been visualizing multiple times start to naturally create quicker and faster in your world. It's now or never. It's 2026. And I'm going to tell you this year is the only year. And if you do not take the actions to move forward from this year, you're not going to move forward any other fucking year. This is a sign for you to keep pushing forward, to do what you need to do. You already know the answers of everything. You have to understand once you started this journey of your visualization, once you started this journey, whatever it is, if it was watching some other YouTubers talking about this, the moment you stepped into this is the moment you understood everything else. Everything else will naturally come. The answers, the problems, the people around you will naturally come to build you and shape you as that character. This is the thing. When you are embodying, problems are going to happen. They have to happen. That's what shapes you into becoming that person. That's what makes you become this. I'm telling you, man, even the people around you, even those thoughts to solve those problems will come into your mind because you're that man. You're that character. I don't give up no more. That's rooted inside of my DNA. I can fall so many times. People could tell me so many dumb shit. Even my own parents that have constantly neglected me. Sorry, because it's hard to speak English in a sense because my pure ethnicity is Spanish. But, back to what I'm saying, like neglecting me, telling me that I can't do it, because my parents lived in a certain type of life where it's get a job, get a good high-paying job and call it a day. They don't understand my vision. And you know what? I still move forward. I still keep pushing myself. I still try to figure out ways. Even when I don't see it in my own eyes, I go back and I start working in my inner world. I continue visualizing. I continue acting. Even though things aren't working out right now. Even when things are difficult. Like right now, I had issues with my bank. I was supposed to start running ads for my company. There were certain contracts that we were about to sign, but they're still on hold. I still haven't gotten paid on my paycheck this period of my job because of my fucking banking problem and the whole routing. But then I have to pay bills. I have to pay so many shit, and I have to constantly invest in my business because if not, I can't move forward. Like, I have all these fucking problems. But you know what? That's where, when you have those things, you go back to your roots. Your roots. The silence. Everything will naturally happen to you. I'm telling you, bro, there's always something being solved when I go back to my inner world and I constantly raise back to my temperature where I'm at. I mean, the whole goal is to constantly hold it until everything else will naturally come, until those animals come into that new space, that new world that you're trying to create. Those fruits, the natural grass, that greenery will start to appear and show up after you raise it and you keep that temperature very high. But you know what? It's something that I'm always learning. It's something that I'm always trying to figure out. But this is a sign right here for you, my brother. To focus, to do what you gotta do, to push hard, to remind yourself that maybe it might be shitty right now, but you know what? I'm gonna go back to who I am deep down in my inner roots. Focus on that, and you'll start to see how everything else around you starts to constantly change. I'm telling you, man. I'm always keep saying this. Even if I have to tell this multiple times in my videos, it is the most important thing that you need to hear. You need to listen to this. It is so important. for you to constantly go back into your inner roots. You have to cut that scarcity mindset. You have to cut all the bullshit. Because this whole world, I keep fucking telling it, it's all fucking noise. Social media, the news. Why hasn't the news ever made, why haven't we not seen something positive? They're trying to put you in this scarcity mindset. They're trying to worry you. The worst move you can fucking do is absolutely nothing. Taking a risk is much more better than absolutely nothing. Dude, you only live one fucking life. Dude, you might die fucking a month later. Are you going to be fucking satisfied for where you're at? I could fucking die next year. Will I be satisfied? Did I take the actions that I had to do? Did I complete my mission? You only live once. We all think that we're fucking invincible. We're not. There's people out here that are in way worse fucking conditions, that are sick, that don't have the capability that we have. We're not even grateful for that bullshit. Be grateful that you're fucking waking up. Be grateful that you have a roof over your head, that you have food, that you're able, if you have a job, that's amazing. Not a lot of people have a job. There's people that are fucking homeless. Be grateful. You have such a lucky life right now. You do not know, because it's so embedded, it's so enrooted to you that it seems so natural. But because you have this lucky life right now, this is the time to take the risk. This is the time to show God, to be grateful to have these things, and to take the actions to do what you need to do. God put you in this position for a reason. It's not for you to be fucking jerking around and absolutely not doing nothing in your life. He's doing this because he sees what you have inside of you. He sees what the type of character, the type of person you could be. You already know how to be healthy. You have to fucking eat good and go to the gym. It's fucking simple. But that simplicity is what gets rid of everything. That simplicity is what makes things much more complicated. You make life too fucking complicated. Keep it simple. Understand what I'm trying to fucking say and take the fucking step. I'm telling you, man, this shit will be the best year of your fucking life. And I'm gonna tell you this, you will see my fucking life. You will see how my world fucking changes completely. By this year, I'm a fucking win. Just because I've been doing this shit. I've been embedding my mindset every fucking day. I've been visualizing the amount of times I failed, fallen, cried. People doubted on me, but you know what? I keep going. I keep going back to who the fuck I am, because I'm this man. I'm a fucking winner, and I will always win, and I'll do whatever it takes to be that person. That's how you have to act. You only have one fucking shot, and it's only once. When the fuck are you going to take it? Now or never? I'm telling you, man. This is the time to take the step that you have to do, and everything else will follow.